Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mr. Hem here, and I'm starting a new video series on game development with visualbasics.net. Now, why Visual Basics? Well, that's pretty much the language I've been teaching my students on a basic level. And why develop a game in visualbasics.net? Well, I guess this is from a number of requests from different students that I have. Now, would you make a real real game in, or rather industry standard game in Visual Basics? Probably not. It's not really the language. If you want performance in terms of games, but for educational purposes and just to get an idea of what it's like, any programming language is generally fine. All right, so let's get into it. So my target audience is those who you kind of get into programming, you want to sink your teeth into a little bit more, you know some of your basics, and if you don't know your basics, I will go through it, but I do go through it a bit quick, so you may want to take a Visual Basics basic course on what a variable is, what arrays are. Because we are because we're doing game development, there's going to be a bit of math involved, and there's going to be a bit of physics involved. Now, the aim of this series is, well, as you can see, it's for educational purposes. And I want to try and keep it simple, touch wood. Developing something like this, a game framework or a game engine, it's not a simple matter. I will be programming the Windows platform. What we want to do is we want to create a game framework first, like a place where we can build our game on top of this framework. And the target is 2D, to build some kind of 2D game, whether it be something simple as Pong or some maze game or asteroids, something like that, right? So with the graphics, I'll be using pretty much whatever the Windows form uses, the GDI graphics or graphics device interface. This is Microsoft Windows Application Programming Interface, part of their interfaces. And for the actual user interface, the mouse clicks and the keyboard presses, and I'll be just using Windows form events. I might hook into the user32 dynamic library. In terms of audio, I'll be accessing the MCI API, which is the media control interface. So that's pretty much what my design choices are. And I've mentioned it before, but I'll be using Visual Studio 2017, and we'll be using the Windows Form component. Just make sure that one's installed. And that pretty much concludes the introduction to our course.